Yeah, definitely, and it's really just a follow the plan type of speech. You know, the strength and the conditioning team will be giving them a layout for what it should look like. You know, obviously, we want them to get off their feet and have a real break. The recovery element is important, but minimize the deconditioning. It's not changing anything for me. You know, I wasn't even aware really that it's. I saw something, I was watching some program that they talked about it being maybe a week later or something like that. But it doesn't change anything for me. A little bit, but, you know, our guys have played with Vuč, and, you know, Mo being out there plays more like Vuč than Khem and Biz do. So, you know, we have a feel for both styles of play, and, you know, it shouldn't be much of an adjustment. I want to see our guys focused on tonight, not tomorrow. Concentration, focus, and you know, passion and intent to win a basketball game. You know, it has to be here. And you know, there's a lot of players and a lot of teams around the league that will, you know, have their minds slightly on the break, and we got to just make sure we remain focused. I like the depth that we have at center. You know, I think Biz has played really well for us. You know, Mo's had his moments both at the 5 and at the 4. You know, giving us a big lift with defensive savvy and with his shooting. You know, Biz's daily work. You know, Biz is the hardest worker on our team. You know, in terms of all his touch shots around the basket and all that stuff. And you know, I don't know what exactly the numbers look like, but you know, he shot a really high percentage. You know, during this stretch where Vuč has been out around the basket, and even with short jump shots. So, you know, he's an example of hard work paying off, and Khem Birch has shown us what a talent he is. You know, that he's a valuable and useful NBA player. We're even toying around with some things with him, putting him in more switching situations. Like we saw the other night, sliding him over to guard Markkanen at the 4 position and doing some switching on the guards, and you know, keep evaluating the things he can do. But all three of those guys have played well for us. We'll consider that, you know. But if we have Jonathan Isaac and Aaron Gordon back, you know, probably not. So we'll see. Well, I think we've done an admirable job dealing with adversity. Building a culture of how this team wants to play with effort and enthusiasm and selfless offense. You know, and I think we're continuing to put things in place in terms of, you know, our on the court culture of what our team wants to look like. You know, with regard to those things. You know, so. You know, the win column doesn't show up, you know, because of the injuries that we've had, but you know, how are the guys that have played you know, during this stretch has been admirable. With my family somewhere, probably somewhere local, find a beach in Florida somewhere. We're looking into all that, but nothing crazy. It's tough to say. You know, we've had a lot of guys, you know, make some strides this year. You know, you talk about Aaron Gordon first and foremost, what he's done with his 3-point shot. I think Alfred Payton was developing at a high rate, you know, prior to the trade. And, you know, most recently, Mario Hezonja. You know, he's really gone from a player that you're not sure if you can put him in a game to a guy that is leading us in scoring half the night and improving on a daily basis on the defensive end. You know, so I think it would start with those guys, but honestly, I've seen development across the board. You know, Bismack Biyombo, like we just talked about, finishing at the basket. Evan Fournier becoming a much better decision maker and passer. DJ Augustine having a much better season this year than he had last year. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I mean, you know, I'm pleased with the progress and development, you know, of our team. It just minimizes the margin of error. You know, knowing that they're at full strength, they have a lot of firepower. They're well coached, so we know they're going to be tied together on the defensive end, and you know, which just means we got to play that much better of a basketball game.